I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Jets Fan Entertainment Show. On this show, we talk about a lot. We talk about the problems that's going on in the world. We also talk about positive things to be able to enrich the growth of the young individuals out here in the world. We also touch on different conversations, different subjects. I want to thank y'all for like, sharing, subscribing, and coming to the YouTube page. Also at the Facebook page. You also can follow me on Just Fam Entertainment on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all over Just Fam Entertainment. And I thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have been real, real great to us. And like I said, you also can be able to tune in until we have the concession stand food trailer where we broadcast right in Memphis, Tennessee, the heart of Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all can tune in with me on there, and then you also can be able to just tune in to Stands Detailing. We also had a mobile detailing service, and where we also detail cars, and we also pressure wash home. You also can tune in and catch me as far as music recording, where Just Family Entertainment is not just a one-way show. We do multiple things as far as business-wise. We also teach the young upcoming entrepreneurs on business, production, and different things like that as far as with music. We record music. We do a lot of things, mix, masters.
Right now is the time to get you a Philly steak, a taco salad, a deep fried Oreo. We got them. They are hot and smoking. Right here, Stands. I'm talking about Stands Concession. Located in Memphis, Tennessee. We'll come to you. We'll bring the whole thing to your family event. For your food, anything you need on your job or at a family reunion, weddings, wherever you need us, we'll come and bring it to you hot and smoking. It Stands Concession Stand. Listen, call us today at 901-801-4905. We got somebody waiting by the phone right now. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are coming to you with hot Philly steaks. Oh, yes, they are smoking and dripping with cheese, chili cheese, everything you want on them. Yes, we got taco salads. All you Mexican lovers want to eat, shop for the border, we got it for you right now, Memphis, Tennessee. We're coming to you. You might hear us on radio station DIA. You might hear us on 1340 WOK. You might hear us on KKK 97. But listen, you need to call us right now. Somebody's by the phone waiting on your call at 901-801-4905.
What's up with you, everyone? We back with another one. I go by Young Stan, better known as Concession Stand. Just Fan Entertainment. Yup. Coming with a good show today, y'all. I basically want to be able to open up a little bit to be able to talk about basically today about the killing that's going on in Memphis. Killing after killing. Every day is a killing after killing. That's why I stay out the way. Because every day it's a killing. It's something going on in Memphis. And I know if you a resident here in Memphis, you probably think and feel the same way I feel. Coming up when I was younger, a lot of killings went on, but it didn't go as rapidly as it's going on now. You got kids killing for no reason. And I mean kids just killing just to be killing. I just don't understand sometimes though, but when you're in a city that you don't have nothing to do, you don't have too many country people in the city that push for something for someone to do. I mean, what else do you know? So it's just like this here. I just want to give my opinion on it. We're gonna share some videos and some different things like that. Let me see if I got my audio right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me real good? Type in the chat, let me know if you can hear me real good. Because basically I just want to give my opinion about it. I don't even use the earphones, so I need to start using the earphones on. But I basically want to be able to talk about what's going on in the city.
Like I said, it's sad though. It's sad though. Every time that you look up, it's a killing going on. I mean, senseless though killing. Not only just killing, it ain't just adults. You got teenagers, the teenagers, kids that ain't even teenagers yet killing. It's senseless. That's why I say death don't have an age on it. It's best to stay prayed over God and keep yourself at the right place at the right time. Well, at least try. Because nowadays, we don't know what's the right place at the right time. You could be at church and witness a shooting. You could be at court and witness a shooting. Downtown on Beale Street, witness a shooting. Anywhere you go, you can witness a shooting at any time. I mean, I had a partner used to always say, a lot of these kids doing what they doing because they ain't ate. They ain't had a good, decent meal on their stomach. I mean, I could feel him in such a way. But at the same time, I think they don't have nothing to do. Most of the average teenager, 12 to 16, have felonies. They are convicted felons early. They've been doing this to the young black boys forever in a decade. I was one that they gave a felon to. That's why I'm able to speak on it. I'm not racist. I don't have none between black and white. Most of my friends are white. You know, I communicate and talk daily to a lot of white people every day. So I'm not racist. You know, I have white friends, just like I have black friends. I have Mexican friends, Asian friends. I have all different type of friends. You know, so I'm not racist. But I know what the system is. The system is very racist. That's the thing. You know, so a lot of the young people, the youth that's in the community don't have nothing to do. And then when a lot of these young kids want to quote unquote want to vent, they want to vent. They don't have no one they can vent to. But the guys in the streets, that's the only one. What they would call quote unquote the OGs. The uncles, the ones that been through something. A lot of them give back to the youth and talk to the youth. But what is left for them to do when there's nothing that they really can give to the youth because there's nothing out here for the youth? Especially youth with felons. I understand telling them to go to McDonald's and work a job. It's more than McDonald's. Teach them something where they can own their own job. They are convicted felons. Most of them. And if it ain't most of them, you have the ones that's got a straight record hanging with the felons. Yes, your daughter, your son that's got a straight record that you think is so two-shoot, yes, she hanging with the felons. Yes, he hanging with the felons. The ones that have the good records be the ones that end up with a record. So what I'm saying is we can't always just focus on the one that's lost and just look for the one that's visible right now. In other words, I remember reading one time I was incarcerated in the Bible, in the parables, where I think a lot of sheep, goats or sheep, they got away. I think it was like 11 or 12 of them, and one of them got away. And he didn't run after the 11. He ran after the one that was lost, the one that was gone. So it's like this. If he can just go after the one that's lost, why can't the system worry about the one that's lost? Not just folks to worry on, but the system have something in place for the ones that's lost. They always say each one teach one. What happened to the each one teach one? You can't teach the one that have a good record. And I know it based off my experience because when I got out of incarceration, I went through job after job trying to get work. I went places to places trying to get work, laid off from here to here to there. So I can understand and relate to the average teen that's out here. I can relate to them. Where they end up at a McDonald's job or a Burger King job. If they could get on that with their background. Because quote unquote company policies. So it's just like this. I ain't gonna hold up most of the time on talking, but I want to be able to bring up some of this information, like based off like some of this stuff that's going on. Like parents, we got to be aware of our kids. We got to know where our kids are. We have to at all times. I want to share with y'all. I'm gonna share this with you all. This one story. But story kind of had hurt me. This one story kind of had hurt me.
Being accused of murdering her 8-year-old cousin is a stunning crime in any community. But here in the small town of Humboldt, Tennessee, together to help.
Tennessee is reeling after a homicide involving children. One 12-year-old is accused of family over that in Nashville. Reporter Joyce Peter about that case tonight.
A 12-year-old girl being accused of murdering her 8-year-old cousin is a stunning crime in any community. But here in the small town of Humboldt, Tennessee, population 7,800, they're coming together to help this family. Pastors have been visiting the house. Neighbors are checking on them because this family is truly in shock.
No words can describe it. It's unimaginable.
Frederick Agee, district attorney in the 28th Judicial District, says the 8-year-old was found unresponsive in her bed in this house on East Mitchell Monday. Wednesday, a tipster said surveillance video from the bedroom revealed what happened. So you've seen the video?
Unfortunately, I have.
What does the video show?
It shows the 12-year-old with her full body weight taking bedding, and it appears to be that the 8-year-old is asleep. She takes the bedding and she covers the 8-year-old's face.
Did the 8-year-old wake up? Did she struggle at any point?
See, that's why I say we have to make sure we are aware of our kids at all times. I mean, you have to check in on them. You know, not trying to sit down and just allow them to do. But you have to check in on them. Like, let me get into it a little bit more if I make that come. I'm gonna get into it just a little more.
Yes, ma'am. There is a part in the video where we see her struggling.
House where the crime occurred. She was visiting from Nashville. Her 12-year-old cousin visiting from South Carolina. Their grandmother says the two were inseparable. The evidence, says DA Agee, points to first-degree murder and tampering with evidence.
There is video where,
like, they it's video footage of it, and the video footage showed that the 8-year-old struggled. In other words, that this 12-year-old knew what she was doing. Like, I ain't gonna say might, she knew what she was doing. She had to know what she was doing. Or, I mean, I don't know what went on in that situation. I'm not blaming no one. I'm only speaking on what the news saying or what I have right here at full screen to be able to bring to you all. But I'm only speaking on it. How they gonna try to charge her like she knew what she was doing? And when she did it, she tampered with evidence as far as to replace this baby body, to replace her, like she was laying or sleeping a certain way or whatever, to replace her body. Like, where is the kids learning? Is it YouTube? Where is the kids learning?
Goes and gets tissues and comes in and appears to be trying to clean year-old's body, face, and also moves the child, the 8-year-old, to appear that she was underneath the covers.
The memorial for Demiria keeps growing. Balloons in her police struggling to figure out the motive.
Pray for our police officers and our investigators. This is really intense, and it's not something that happens around here.
Y'all heard it right there. I could believe that they could be devastating. And I mean, just imagine it was your child. Just imagine that was your child. I mean, just imagine if it was your child. That's why I say it's good to keep and know where your kids at all times. Talk to your kids. Keep a history of what your kids doing on these phones. Monitor them. YouTube will teach you how to replace a body, how to cover up a murder. YouTube will teach you that, and that's crazy. These kids have a whole lot of time on their hand. What made this 12-year-old child do this and knew to be able to try to cover it up? And let alone is on video showing it. I pray for the family. The family's in my prayer. I pray for the young lady who being accused of this. All this is alleged. I'm not saying that she did this, I'm saying what the internet is saying. I haven't seen any video footage, so I can't say exactly what happened. I only can report what's happening on it, what the internet reported. Just think about it, though. I'm going to get into this second video where it was talking a little more. Let me go back. It was talking a little more.
I've been using Epidemic Sound as my go-to resource for background music and
I'm work with
sound effects for the last 6 years.
I'm gonna get rid of.
Haley and Bob, 8-year-old Demiria Hollingsworth's mother says she's in agony knowing she'll never see her daughter again. Hollingsworth and her 12-year-old cousin were staying with their grandmother in Humboldt for the summer when the victim's mother, Ramaya Smith, says this all started with an argument over an iPhone, but she never thought twice that her child would be killed. Our sister station spoke to her tonight, but she didn't want to show her face.
My baby was 8. She didn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did nothing to deserve being killed.
Now, police say after viewing home security footage, the 12-year-old suspect, who will be 13 next week, allegedly used bedding to suffocate her cousin, then cleaned up the victim and repositioned her body. At the time, the two cousins shared a bunk bed.
I look at her sister and I gotta be strong for her. I can't be weak for her. Even though it hurt me real bad because why my baby? Mommy? Hold on, baby. Yeah. Like, why her? You know what I'm saying?
The 13-year-old is charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence, and the victim's mother says she's hoping for the maximum sentence.
First-degree murder and tampering with evidence. First-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Think about it.
A popular
TikToker documented his life and relationship.
Man, it's crazy. But like I say, and then it's like everywhere you go, it's always a shooting or something that's taking place.
Haley and Bob, 8-year-old Demiria Hollingsworth's mother.
Now let me get back. I should have had pause there when I had 10 too. But yeah, let's get into it. Like it's happening everywhere, y'all.
You know, and they didn't care nothing about them. They just shot them. They just the devil running around the streets.
And tonight, Memphis police are looking for who was responsible for that shooting. Officers respond. Good evening to you, and thanks for being with us. I'm Shay Arthur. WREG's Ashley Paul joins us live tonight at Regional 1, where one of those victims is in critical condition tonight. And Ashley, what have you learned about this case?
Shay, we're told that victim was shot in the head and a second victim was bleeding when police finally arrived. Is meant to be a safe haven for kids and adults, a place to play ball, to participate in community activities, to swim, not a place where crime happens.
It's bad. It's heartbreaking. It's bad. It's sad.
Mary Bain has been volunteering at the Westwood Community Center for years and was devastated to hear 2 people were shot there early this morning.
Lord have mercy. That's all I could hope in that. But these guns, they need to put these guns down.
According to Memphis police, officers arrived on scene just before 1:30 this morning and spotted a car resting against a tree. Inside the car, they found one person who was shot in the head, and the other victim was trying to hold pressure on the wound. The victims told police they came to the park to hang out when they saw a silver SUV pull into the parking lot, and a heavyset man got out. That man, they say, was armed with an AR-15 style gun and told the victims not to move. The driver tried to drive off when the suspect opened fire.
I can't take this anymore because it's sad. Everybody needs to just stop, get down on their knees and pray for Memphis.
And while today has been a hard day for Bain, she said she plans to get back to her volunteer work on Monday because she says the best way to overshadow the crime is to put more good into the city.
Maybe one child will pick up on it. One will pick up on it. That will be a blessing.
Police are still looking for who is responsible. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. For your news leader, I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News, Channel 3.
Looking for an easy way to get that LLC next to you.
Y'all hear, y'all see what's going on? Going on right here in the city. Killing after killing. I'm talking about killing after killing. You know, see?
Memphis police releasing a video tonight of who they believe is responsible for a shooting on Beale Street. It happened Saturday just before 4 in the morning. Police say witnesses saw a man standing near Beale Street who they say fired several shots toward the Tin Roof Bar. Now, police say the man in this parking garage surveillance video is the suspect. The accused shooter is wearing a white tank top and blue jeans. He should be coming through the door in just a minute there. Now, 3 men were shot in the incident, one in condition. There's a suspect in question. The other 2 are expected to be okay.
Candy camera. These folks got you on candy camera, bro. Like, come on now, man. What is it coming to? Like, what is it coming
right now? One person is dead and 3 people detained after an early morning shooting. According to Memphis police dispatch, officers got the call just after 3:30 to a home in North Memphis. It happened on Hurd Avenue. Now, that's just off of the Hollywood area. You can see on the map where we're talking about. We do not know if the 3 people detained actually fired the shots, but we will pass along any details as we get them.
This shit like Memphis Madden, and I ain't talking about basketball. Killing after killing.
I kind of hate to be the person to walk around with a gun on this waist everywhere I go. I really don't feel like that'll be helping anything. But at this time, I'm willing to do anything that I feel like can help protect me and mine.
That's Purvis Quinn. He says he's lived in the same home in the Speedway Terrace National Historic District of Memphis for decades. But what has them exploring their options now? That's because they were caught in the middle of a shootout. His wife was hit several times, in fact.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson joins us live tonight outside of the Tillman station. Daniel, this happened in an area of Midtown, in fact, not far from Crosstown Concourse.
Daryl and Darcy, good evening to you. Good evening to you at home. Yes, and theoretically, this could happen to any of us. A couple out walking their dog one evening when they're caught in the middle of a gun battle.
We're learning more about the tense moments that preceded this scene, which we first brought you as breaking news last Thursday night at 10.
The car shot by us after we heard the gunshots.
Purvis Quinn says he and his wife were walking their dog JoJo when it happened.
She immediately was ready to go home, so we started walking back toward the house.
At that point, he says they saw guys running toward them with pistols.
And they just started shooting toward us.
Quinn says one of the men shot his wife.
I'm trying to chase her down. The dog was barking, going crazy. I mean, it was total chaos.
Quinn says the crime happened right in front of this church. He lives right down the way. He says he has lived in this home since birth. He hates to leave, but he says at this point, he's considering it.
At this point in time, I'm about ready to go and pick up, sell, and just start all over again.
Quinn says now in his 50s, he really doesn't want to start over. He believes the neighborhood now attracts crime because of the broken window theory. That theory says people are more likely to
be a wonderful neighborhood to live in and raise a family in. The drugs moved.
I grew up in North Memphis.
Crime went up.
I grew up in North Memphis. So I know how that is.
Gun just to protect us. I really feel so strongly that
I'm a convicted felon, and I'm still trying to push to get my gun right. A lot of folks look at me like it ain't possible, man. But look, I'm just saying, it should be emergency order out here. I have heard that it's emergency orders in other places where you're a felon, you can get emergency order to be able to carry. So, you know, there's something to look into, which that's something I've been looking into. I don't know if it applies here in Tennessee, but everybody should be looking to have a gun at home, because it's crazy. Like I keep telling you, it's like Memphis madness. It's like Memphis madness, but I ain't talking about basketball. It's like Memphis madness, y'all, but I ain't talking about basketball.
Right now, 1 person is dead and 3 people.
It's like
Memphis police releasing video tonight of who they believe is responsible for a shooting on.
Let's go back to it. Let's see what we got. Yeah, but like I said, man, it's going on, and it's crazy that it happened to be in the city right where I reside. It's crazy that it happened to be right in the city where I reside. We gotta do better. We have to do better. We gotta do better, y'all. I'm gonna go back on another commercial break right quick.
901-801-4908.
Running back.
Right here. If you're hungry right now, it's the time to get you a Philly steak, a taco salad, a deep fried Oreo. We got them. They are hot and smoking. Right here, Stan's. I'm talking about Stan's Concession. Located in Memphis, Tennessee. We'll come to you. We'll bring the whole thing, your family event, for your food, anything you need on your job or at a family reunion, weddings, wherever you need us, we'll come and bring it to you hot and smoking. It's Stan's Concession Stand. Listen, call us today at 901-801-4905. We got somebody waiting by the phone right now, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are coming to you with hot Philly steaks. Oh, yes, they are smoking and dripping with cheese, chili cheese, everything you want on them. We got taco salads.
Yeah, but I got a private
lovers want to eat south of the border, we got it for you right now, Memphis, Tennessee. We're coming to you. You might hear us on radio station DIA. You might hear us on 1340 WOK. You might hear us on KKK 97. But listen, you need to call us right now. Somebody's by the phone waiting on your call at 901-801-4905. That number again, 901-801-4905.
Yeah, we back again, man. But yeah, like I say though, Memphis, man, we gotta do better though. That's why I want to be able to start the program that I got called Willing to Learn. You know what I'm saying? To be able to teach these young individuals something that'll help them enrich the growth of they self. You know, offer some work skills to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about making a difference. At least trying to make a difference. Giving back when you can give back. And it's just basically, they say each one teach one, but it's gonna take a village to do it. Ain't gonna be no one. Because the killing nowadays is getting closer and closer. Closer and closer to home now. Closer and closer to home as home can get. Y'all another song right quick. Yep. But Memphis, we gotta do better. Like, I'm kind of holding back, but Memphis, we gotta do better. We got to. Too much killing. Your kids will be here today and gone tomorrow. Yep, your kids will be here today and they'll be gone tomorrow, like literally. It's something to think about. Let me give y'all this video right quick while I pull up some more content. All right, let's get back right back at it, y'all. Yep, we right back at it. This one that I was picking on.
I cannot live without this plugin. This is Arcade by Output. Let me show you why this will revolutionize your workflow.
Memphis police releasing video tonight of who they believe is responsible for a shooting on Beale Street. It happened Saturday just before 4 in who they say fired several shots toward the tin roof bar. Now, police say the man in this parking garage surveillance video is the suspect. The accused shooter is wearing a white tank top and blue jeans. He should be coming through the door in just a minute there. Now, 3 men were shot in the incident. 1 is in critical condition. There's a suspect in question. The other 2 are expected to be okay.
So what is the Memphis Council doing about it? What are they doing about it? This is what they say.
Well, moving on now with the investigations by Memphis police and fire
What is the
winding
Memphis
down.
Council
Memphis City
doing
Council
about it?
is now finalizing new rules to prevent a Tyree Nichols situation from ever happening like this again.
Because it ain't just
RJ
kids
Shakur is
killing.
live at Memphis City Hall.
You got the
So, Joe,
officers
I
killing
understand 2 ordinances have already passed tonight. Can you tell us more about them?
I'm gonna share this side too. It ain't just the kids killing; it's the officers killing too.
That's right. Action has been taken on 2 of those ordinances, with 1 being tabled. The ordinance to establish a procedure for an annual review of the police training academy has passed, as well as the ordinance to require MPD to make traffic stops in the appropriately marked vehicles. That passed as well, with the ordinance to clarify the appropriate methods of enforcing traffic violations being tabled. I spoke to activists earlier today who say all 6 ordinances must pass in order for any reform taken up by the city council to be meaningful. For the Memphis City Council, Tuesday marked a final push to get 6 proposed Memphis police and fire reform ordinances across the finish line and passed. The measures were sparked by Tyree Nichols' beating by several MPD officers in January.
I think we have some council members wavering. We went from overwhelming support to a slight majority, but a majority is enough to get it done. I think our job as a council is to reflect the will of the people of Memphis, and the people of Memphis are saying they want some reform.
If approved, the ordinances, among other things, would limit MPD using unmarked cars and make it easier for the public to review citizen complaints of first responders online. MPD Chief CJ Davis and the department already beginning its own reforms.
The last several weeks, we have really taken a closer look into not just our policies and procedures, but just best.
They supposed to been upgraded these. They really supposed to have been upgraded these policies. How they been treating them. How the young black men been dying. Not just black men, white men too. They supposed to be addressing this type of stuff. The corruption. It's corruption down here in the city of Memphis. Everywhere over the United States is corruption. But they're not worried about the youth. Trying to get the youth back where they need to be. The youth see this corruption. They see what's being taken and what's taking place and what's going on. The youth see this. I'm yelling the youth because that's where it started. A lot of these people that's on come, they getting old. The legislature, they getting old. They washed up. They scared to let the new in. Somebody end up killed. Now you want to change the law. They supposed to been changed. They supposed to been changed. They just been getting by with it. Getting away with it. the Tyrese Nichols case exposed it. It exposed the corruption. We all know that. But what is they doing to better it? What is they gonna do to better the situation?
Practices.
MPD said they'll now randomly review body-worn camera footage. They're also changing the criteria for how officers are chosen for special crime initiatives. Those with criminal justice reform group Decarcerate Memphis said MPD's promised changes aren't good enough without the city council approving its own measures.
My question is, why is that just now happening? 4 out of 5 of them had, I guess we can call them flags, in their personal records. And again, this is not a proactive response.
Moving forward, City Council member J.B. Smiley also wants pension reform looked at for those who violate MPD policy. The city's chief legal officer said a lieutenant who supervised the MPD officers and on scene the night of Tyre Nichols' beating retired before he would have been fired in a disciplinary hearing.
We have to figure out ways that we can remove this. We have to figure out ways to change the existing law so that taxpayer dollars are not going to individuals who commit egregious acts.
This is a problem. This has been an existing problem for a very long time. Like I said, it's not a loophole. It's part of the contract, and they all knew that.
Now, police reform conversations went on for a few hours this morning, and we're expecting them to go on for several hours tonight as we work to see what's next for the other 3 police reform measures before City Council. In downtown Memphis, I'm Jay Shakur.
We gotta do better, man. It's right on into it. We got Mr.
Mayor Paul Young wasting no time getting started on his crime fight and everything he plans to do with that, launching a public safety task force that he brought everybody in front of the cameras from city, state, federal level to talk about what are we going to do here? How are we going to get a handle on this? Among some of the things that came out after this very first meeting,
David,
a better database
do?
on repeat offenders, fast-tracking violent crimes from the DA's office, cracking down on organized crime from the feds, seizing cars in drag races, possible legislation we can expect at the state capitol this year, making it a felony for having a stolen weapon, another piece of legislation we're expecting this year, and enforcing the Tyre Nichols ordinances, which was interesting back and forth we'll talk about. In his remarks, the mayor made the following comment, which I think shows
cracking down on the amount of time you're gonna get him is not fixing the situation. If you're going to make stricter laws, you need to make better laws to fix the situation. You want to give them more time. You feel like more time is going to stop it. You feel like by increasing the sentences, going to stop it. Well, let me tell you, it's going to increase, just like everything else did. It's going to increase. That's like saying there's a person out here doing this. You're going to come with a law because you their enemy. You're gonna come with a law to increase what they doing. This right there is one sign of no communication. You're going to increase what they doing. You do know what, like, quote unquote, what felony. I'm not okaying what nobody to do what they doing and saying is right. I'm not okaying it. We said the root to the problem. If you're going to increase the sentencing, the time, more handing out more time for what they are doing, you put 100% into that, but you put no percentage into helping them. When you make a statement, say we're going to increase some because they doing some, that's a defense. So the other person on the other side gonna say, well, we're gonna continue to do it more because fuck them, we ain't studying what they talking about, we ain't studying them. So we're gonna do it more. It's gonna be a defense. So it's different when you try to communicate to those individuals to tell them, hey, I'm not against you. I understand you doing what you're doing out here. What's the root of the cause? What can we do to better this, to keep from this being done? See, if you put 100% in that way, you can communicate. But if you put 100% in just saying, let's 10 times down on giving more time don't fix the situation. Fixing the situation is up to that individual when they're ready for the situation to be fixing. And sometimes that individual will not never stumble across being able to fix themselves until they receive some advice that have from a person that have been through something and have seen another tunnel or avenue to being able to reconstruct or being able to re-give your life to the right way of living a productive life in society. It's what you giving makes a lot. So if you giving more time and more sentencing, that's what you're going to get. 1,000 individuals, 100 million individuals behind bars. Excuse me. Because that's what you're giving. But if you giving them a ear saying you hear them, what's the problem? How can we fix it? I understand this. I understand it. It hit different. What the young generation say, it hit different. It's a big difference. I seen it both sides. The reason why it's a lot of killing here in Memphis, not just only here in Memphis, because the kids don't have nothing to do. And I understand they say, what you mean? Nothing to do? They don't have what we had when I was coming up. The park commissions were. It was good to be into the community. The free lunches that came off the box trucks allowed you to an opportunity to feel like you was a part of something. It made you to wake up in the morning to go to school, go to the boys club. Because I grew up in the project, Dixie Home Projects. It made you want to get up in the morning to go to school, to go to the boys club, play at the boys club for a minute. They finna have free lunch. Everybody gonna sit down right there and eat their free lunch, put them in the garbage. And then there go the park commission, got the door open so you can get every game that is you can play. You're going to get up out of this locker to be able to play over in the park in the community. That got taken out. It left, it went away. When it left, it went away. It made it be different as far as within the community. They got bored. So when you get bored and you ain't got nothing to do, I always tell a lot of people, boredness will create hate. Being bored would create hate. You say, what you mean to some being bored or create hate? Shit. Just be bored all the time. And you start to realize, and when that boredness started to kick in, you realize you are bored. That's all you is bored. You're going to start to hating on somebody else and worrying about what they doing, but you bored. But the point what I'm trying to say is, when they start taking out of the community, they lost the community. When you took away the Boys and Girls Club, the real Boys and Girls Club, not the one that they have that's on staff now, not taking no shots at the Boys Club, because they is in the schools and they doing a tremendous job on the best ability that they can. But I'm not talking about the school Boys and Girls Club, because I know it's a lot of us here in excuse me, in Memphis or surrounding don't believe and we don't agree with how the schools hold us up out of the schools. You can't go into your kid's school. You can't check on your kids unless you get signed in and go through this. And then when you get signed in, you got to set a meeting to get to the teacher. And then you don't know how long they're going to be. That meeting going to be before you get to the teacher. It was different back then. Our mama come to the school, sign in, and walk right on to the class and catch you in the act of getting in trouble. Not alone catching the act of getting in trouble, peek through the window. Nowadays, when our kids go to school, they don't think that they can get in trouble. They go to the school, they're going to go and get in trouble because your mama can't walk up on you and catch you. So they're going to manipulate the situation to every teacher that's around that situation to get back, or principal. Because nowadays, these teachers and principals are quote unquote too damn friendly. Too damn friendly. Nowadays, these teachers are dating the kids in the school. Yes, goddamn right, I said it. I said it. Yes. And it's messed up. They took prayer out of school, discipline out of school. Shit, you took everything. Because that's what grandmama gave us. Some good prayer, some good discipline. Some good prayer and some good discipline, it hit different. Some good prayer and some good prayer and some good discipline, it hit different. But at the same time, what I'm saying is like doubling down on sentencing, I ain't gonna get it. Fighting fire with fire ain't gonna never get it. They're just like telling somebody to stop stealing when they're gonna steal more. Or stop selling this and selling that, they're gonna sell more. I ain't trying to preach because I ain't no preacher, but I'm just saying. It weigh in on you when you start to think. That's why I'm speaking now. So we're gonna get into this rest of this video. I still got some more pointers I want to get back on it because I'm gonna share this and let y'all feel, because y'all gonna get why I feel. That's what y'all finna get why I feel.
He understands the gravity of this. He said, we also want to keep the urgency high. People have heard me use this word before. We are at a point right now where we are in a tipping point for our community. We are either going to elevate or we are not. And my firm belief is we will elevate, and how we will do it is being unified. The message he preaches over and over again, and he's got to, the way I see it. But one thing that came out over the course of this, and I'll let you start with this one, Catherine, was we learned that Jim Strickland did not enforce or sign off on the Tyree Nichols ordinances that were involved. And then Paul Young says he separated himself from the former mayor, saying, I will be signing off of those. And Chief C.J. Davis saying before the cameras, to clarify, I've been pretty much enforcing them since they were passed, whether or not this former mayor had signed off on them or not. It was a focal point of one of your stories on MLK50.com.
Yeah, I know I and quite a few other people, readers, sources, were not surprised to hear that Mayor Strickland had not enforced the ordinances. What did surprise us was that he said so in a letter to the city council 3 days before ending his term. Just straight up said, my administration, of which CJ Davis is a part, has not been enforcing these ordinances. So that story came out. Paul Young later said he would enforce them. And then Chief Davis said that they had been enforced, which is certainly a little bit confusing considering she was a part of Strickland's administration. What I will say on CJ Davis saying that they were enforced, we know at least some of them have not been enforced. One of the ordinances required the collection and publication of data within 6 months. That did not happen. We do not have that data.
See what I'm talking about?
Does not have that data, does not have that report. Another one was, of course, no longer allowing pretextual traffic stops for low-level offenses. We've heard a lot of anecdotal information of people, including a friend of mine, who have been pulled over for pretextual traffic stops, things like a busted bumper or one broken light. So those things have not been enforced. So it'll be interesting to see going forward. Are we actually going to get a report? Are we actually going to see pretextual stops decrease?
All right, running tight on time, but I do want to bring up the issue of Chief C.J. Davis, who is the new mayor's nominee to continue on as the top cop for the city of Memphis. And Sam Hardiman, a frequent guest on this program with the Daily Memphian, out with the story. He polled everybody on the city council and found only 2 of them are on board with keeping her and voting in favor of her staying on as top cop. Otis, what's your take on that?
Well, I mean, I think maybe to give them the benefit of the doubt, I think they're just holding their, a cliche here, but they're holding their cards to the vest and they just don't want to say. I do believe that at the end of this discussion, they will approve the mayor's reappointment of C.J. Davis. I said before, you don't want to start out your administration having to go find the most important part of your administration, a police chief or police director. And if the city council, if more than 7 of them reject this, then they are putting the onus on this new mayor to go out and do a Herculean job as he's trying to get a handle on things. So I think the city council is going to come around. I just don't believe they're going to reject her.
I totally agree. You know, I don't, it's just politics the way I see it, Tawan. You're a former city council. It seems to me that for the constituents' sake, because they know that C.J. Davis is somewhat controversial, they got to say, well, I'm judging. But when push comes to shove and that vote has to be taken, I believe he'll get a pretty good support on the city council. Don't you, for C.J.?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I have no idea.
What
y'all think about it?
City council people have a different perspective. They have to listen to constituents, they have to listen to unions, and they have to also weigh in how they have worked with this person on issues during their term, especially for the ones who've been there.
They need to be
So
they got to
all
be
those
able to
factors come
communicate
into
first.
play. And just the very fact that here is a situation where you say, we have been
Look, we arguing about is who qualified for this or who qualified for that. The thing should be how we gonna better the situation. What we gonna get these kids? What we gonna get back to these kids to make the situation better? We can't continue to keep on using the same plan that we used against their daddy, their uncles, their cousins, their granddaddies and great granddaddies. We can't continue to keep using the same plan that we used against them. Majority of the kids out here in the community, girl or boys, are felons. We got to push for better. It needs to be better opportunity given. Equal opportunity on the pedestal. If you have a young man with a felony, excuse me, You have a young man with a felony. How is he going to get work unless he going for a McDonald's or a Burger King? If they allow him the opportunity. What if he got 1, 2, or 3 kids? Think about that. It hit different. Let it hit. Let that one hit on you. Think that's gonna be my new word. Now let that one hit on you. Give you an example. We'll say, young guy, 13, 14 years old, we say. And he come and get locked up for robbery. Here it is, he 13, turning 14. You bound him over. When he go through juvenile, you don't give him an opportunity. You say, we're going to charge him as a adult. We're going to bound him over to 201 Popular. That's the system. Because whatever crime you commit or alleged to commit is what you're going to get charged for. So they bound you over and charge you as a adult for a robbery charge. Young man get blessed, do some time and get out. What's for him? What you got for him? Who I'm talking to right now? Ask me. Stan, who you talking to? I'm talking about all these people that's running for election in the city of Memphis. I ain't speaking about none that I don't know. I'm speaking about factual or something that I went to. The story I just not told about the 13, 14 years old young man. It was me. I've been there and walked those shoes. The average young teenager making the same mistake right this day. The same teenager at the age of 13, 14 making the same mistake right now this day. Getting bounded over, charged as a adult. Do your time, get back out. Some go in with a charge and get more charges on because they affiliated too much to where they can't get away from their affiliation. The system love those kind. Because I seen it. It was like a revolving door. What do you got for him? What do you got for him? You had a sentencing for him that you gave time for him. You gave him an 8-year sentence. You gave him that time. What do you have for him now? What do you have to give him now? Oh, the system don't have nothing for him now. They only had time for you, and they gave it to you. But they don't have nothing when you get back out into to society. I know. I can, all you ones who running for election, I'm willing to talk. You can hit my Gmail, or you can come on to my any live that I have, and we can talk about it. What you doing? I don't hear about it, and I know I'm tuned in. I don't hear about it. Half of the people walk around here in Memphis don't even know who running for who in districts. They just know the people just been sitting on in a certain district just getting checks. That's it. What you got for him? See, you want to go to the young teenagers, get him to change his life, but you don't got nothing for him. You want that young man to stop doing this, doing that, but you don't got nothing for him. The only thing you get is to talk about him and down him like he's nothing. From what I was taught, the only way you can make something better, you have to instill it, enrich it, make it grow. What's instilled in you gonna be in you the same way as my grandmama instilled in me long time ago. Gonna always be in me. That's why I'm able to see the future. That's why I'm a changed man now. Not by the health of the system. The system didn't give me anything when I came home. They still want it when I came home. The programs they offered me was invalid. Second chance program. Re-entry program was invalid. They weren't beneficial at all. City of Memphis, we got to do better. How can we fix the city when we ain't giving none to the city? How could you fix your neighborhood when you ain't trying to put nothing in the neighborhood? Half of the folks that's on the Congress and on the boards, they ain't in the hood. They're in the other part of the hood over there. Everybody know that. Everybody know they ain't coming in the hood over here. Shit, they might not even come in the hood when it's time for them to run. They might pay somebody to go pass out their flyers and put up their banners and boards around. What you doing? What you got to give? Got to give these kids something. Give them something. I ain't say gave you where it's a point where you just gave him something. I say you give him something. Meaning you give him something to grow. Give him something to grow. That's gonna allow him an opportunity to succeed. Give him hope. Teach him something. The schools ain't teaching it. The schools can't teach it. It starts from the top and the bottom. The sides and the side. Create one whole. But you can't fake it. You can't be out here faking it. When we was into the board club when I was growing up in Dixie Home, when we went to the board club, we learned. Like we lyrically learned in the boys club. Basically a lot of stuff that I know I learned from the boys club, boys and girls club. It was a boys club before it was a girls club. I happened to be a part of the boys club when they branched off and started the girls club, boys and girls club. I went to the boys club just like a lot of people that grew up with me came around, went to the boys club and really learned at the boys club. No matter what we did, because none of us were perfect. We fought with different neighborhoods from here to there and did everything under the sun. But when we went to the boys club, we was able to learn something in the boys club. Nowadays, the kids don't got nowhere they can go learn something because the school they ain't learning nothing at the school. We know that. Most of the kids, the education these kids get is given to them. They giving them, they passing them because the school got to keep up with a certain standard to be able to keep these kids like they educating them when they not. I know it. The boy club taught you wood shop. Taught you any kind of sports you need to know. Business management skills. They taught you how to be a young man. how to be a young lady. They taught you that. The real standards on how to be it. I remember being in a program one time in the Boys and Girl Club called Gentlemen of Distinction. I never forget that. Gentlemen of Distinction. Darryl Screenfellow was one of the people that was in the program that was over. Gentlemen of Distinction. Teach you how to be a gentleman. I never forget it. What's taught is what's instilled. It don't go nowhere. It just be overlooked at that point of time. But we always can regain focus. That's why I say the mayor and them talking about they're going to instrict all these laws and give out more time and give out this and give out more that. What is you going to give back? What you going to give other than giving time? Sometimes they say, sometimes you got to look your accuser in the eye and tell them. They don't want to face nobody. The city is going to, like, the city just going down. There ain't no communication. A whole lot of leaders and no guidance. You want to lead and scricken up the crime, the time, but you don't want to guide them when they come from doing the time. That's what we stick at. That's what we fail at right there. That's what the system failed at. Because they realize, the kids realize they uncles, cousins, great grandmamas, great granddaddies, great uncles, all of them went through the same different type of system that's still put in place. The kids realized that. They knew that they never did help uncle them. That young man knew his uncle had potentials. The system failed him with the felony. He know his uncle had a class A or a B felony, and he never able to get it off of. But his cousin had a C, D, or E, all different type of felonies, and they was able to get them up off him. Certain people can get certain felonies off, certain people can't. It's the standards that they set out there. Some can come back into society to be successful, some can't. Basically what you're saying. I repeat it. It's a standard that they setting out there. Young man know his uncle, cousins, everybody had a class A, B felony. He never was able to get expunged, but his cousin had a C, D, E, any one of them other felonies got it expunged. It's a standard that they set. Other words, it's like favoritism. Certain felonies can be expunged. You know you held Unc down with that felony so long. You know my cousin couldn't get that felony off his jacket when he really had hopes and goals and dreams of being the president. He had hopes and dreams of being on the Congress in Memphis, running for a mayor of Memphis. You know, you could have had a program that was in place for when he did that robbery and he go do that little 6 months to get him back out. They took tall trees away. They took STC away. To keep the young man from getting them felonies on his back, they took that away. Juvenile court don't want to house you to be able to sit in there and do. Juvenile court want to send you on off to get charged as an adult. Railroad you the rest of your life. They don't want you to go to a tall trees or STC because it don't exist no more. Well, tall trees would still try to teach you how to do right. I'm telling you because I've been through it. It's still a try to teach you how to do right. But you ain't have to have a felony on your jacket. They expunge that. They go away because if you went to tall tree, but now they took that away because it's all the focus on give him a felony, railroad his life. That's why the problems in Memphis like it is. It's gonna continue to be like that. Everybody got felony, and everybody can't go to work. It's gonna be like this until Memphis fix it. Now Uncle Trump tried to fix it. Uncle Trump tried to fix it. Go back to Trump. Anybody, I get anybody to go and look up this. Look up the research. Donald Trump, when he was president, checked the crime in Memphis when he was president and checked the crime when he left out of his presidency. You ain't just got to do it in Memphis. Do it over the world and see that the crime went down because Trump put more money back into the economy. Everybody only just want to be real race. Give him a job, an opportunity to be able to make that money. Take that felony off his jacket. If he caught that felony for the first time and he got that felony for the first time and he's a robber child, expunge it all the way off his jacket. He get caught with it the second time, you keep it on there. Don't railroad him from off the first drip like how you did me. Because every young man ain't going to be able to come back from what I went through and came back from. Every young man ain't going to be able to come back hard like how I came back hard. When the system had failed me, I completed the program. Second chance program, I completed. Reentry program, I pleaded. I was one of the ones in the individuals in there when we started the reentry program after the penal form. I was one of the ones that was in the program, reentry program. It still exists now. It's on the street now. It was inside the in jails. Now it's on the street now. Reentry program. I was in it. Kusta nigga was in it. Rapper Kusta nigga. Man, all of us in the reentry band. We started a band back then. Anybody that was incarcerated with me, they know me. We started a band back then, was a reentry band. And we played all over the whole jails everywhere. We have all type of people, the sheriffs, everybody come hear us perform. Kusta nigga was in that band, he rapped in it. And I auditioned for that band with Kusta nigga, and I had got a part, and I started to be a part of the band while I was rapping and performing. It's factual. I can't make it up. It's the truth. I still remember my rhymes when I first tried to go in there and be able to say something to the audition to get through to Kusta nigga to be able to be a part of the reentry band. We had live keyboard, guitars, and everything. But like I say, sometimes you got to go get those that have been through something to be able to get the guide the lost sheep back. We can't keep sending the people that ain't got no experience on the mission. It's going to be called a blank mission if we keep doing it. It's going to blow up every time. We got to send those that have been through something on the mission, that want to be able to lead the pack back. Because the ones that been through something, the only ones that can communicate to those that's lost. The person that ain't been through nothing, or been nowhere, can't communicate to anybody that's trying to be able to revamp themselves, to be able to come back into lights on, life. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. I want to give whatever I can give. Any guy, any young man, any young lady that I can give any type of knowledge, wisdom, or guidance to, I'm willing to give. That's what brings me back to me wanting to start the program that I'm trying to work on right now on getting it up off the ground. If there's any Congress out there, the people that's running for Congress and running for city board and stuff like that, they want to be able to hear me on my plan that I'm trying to come with, tap in with me. Just Fam Entertainment. You know, I'm willing to share what I'm trying to get going. Ain't no big eyes, no little U's. I look straight at you. You don't look down on me. I don't look down on you. Ain't no big eyes, no little U's. I look straight at you. I don't look down on you. But I wanted to create the program called Willing to Learn. Willing to learn. And I want to be, it's some stuff that's in this program, some things that's in this program, some good pointers. Because I'm taking this program built off my experience on how I had to do it. What I seen along the journey. What I seen along my journey on getting back on the right path. I beat the odds. I've been beat the odds, y'all. I beat the odds long time ago. When I got out, when they let me out, I beat them right then and there. I knew I wasn't going back. But at the same time, the system failed me because they knew I was one of the ones that wasn't going to go back. They know. The system know. They know the ones that's going to mess up and the ones that's not going to mess up. That's why when you see the ones that they offer 8 to 10 years of probation to, they're going to offer it to him because they know he's going to mess up. They're not going to offer to a person like me because they know I'm not going to mess up. But like I said, reflect back to the same question that I have. What do you have to give? What is the city of Memphis going to give? You got to give. You ain't giving anything. What you going to give to the youth? To help them. You don't know nothing. Tell us you don't know nothing. You got to come to the trenches. A little small communication is best communication because we can communicate. You got to go get those that been through something. Not them old heads that's rough around the edge. Not them that's stuck on them old way. Because the system failed him so long, he just don't even care about if nobody succeed now. He don't even care, period. Not those, them old heads that always talking about the youth wrong. These young people wrong. These young people, that's all they do. Not one of them old heads. That's an Uncle Tom old head there. We ain't talking about the Uncle Tom old head. We talking about the real ones. The old head, the young, the OGs that they are called, ones they are called Unc. The Uncs. They want to do something positive. They want to be able to actually see the young man succeed. Want to teach him how to start his business before he turned 12 or 13 years old. Show him how to start his own business. Before the young lady turned 14, 15, teach her how to be able to start her own business. Lead as an example. Be different. Hold yourself to a standard. Let alone not just hold yourself to a standard, but hold your friends and the people you associate with to a standard. Because it also reminds them of what's expected. But like I said, I hope I said something. I hope I said some type of word. I hope I said something that related or hit, as the young generation would say. I hope it hit. Because if it hit, that means I know you got it. So I want to call all youth that want to be able to give their opinion on what they feel can help the world, can make change in Memphis. I'm calling all youth, all ages. There's no big eyes, no little U's. I look straight at you, not down on you. I'm calling. Comment. Share. Talk about what you feel. Tell me. I want to be able to talk about it. I want to build a channel with you. I want to bring about the change, the real change. Not 1 foot in, 1 foot out, the real change. I want to shed the light in the right place. But like I said, I go back concession stands, owner of concession stands and Just Found Entertainment. I didn't think this live was gonna be that long. I'm new to the live streaming. I had been following so many people, looking up so many people. And I never thought about it to start talking. Because I always talk to the youth behind scene. I always talk to the kids behind scene. I always talk to grown people, young people, older people behind scene. And never went to the forefronts with it. But I'm at a point where I can't hold back now. I know my opinion means a lot. Anybody that know me know where I came from. Anybody that know me, I'm positive before anything. I made some wrong decisions in life and I corrected it. Anybody that know me should stand on all 10 toes for I, because they know I corrected it. I did that. I struggled and struggled and struggled and wiggled and wiggled and wiggled until I came out of the hole that I was in. The box that I was down in, I came up out of that box. I shed light on bad situation and good situation. Because I had some ups and downs, and it was rough. Yes, I'm still a convicted felon. Only been to jail, incarcerated one time my whole life. That one time my whole life caused what I have now. Haven't been back, ain't going back. I have a wife and 4 beautiful kids. Successful black young man. 5 or 6 buildings. I'm running. I'm running. But I came from nothing. I came from Dixon home, having nothing. Went through incarceration and didn't have nothing, really nothing. Hit rock bottom. I gave up 10,000 times. But every time, somewhere, some way, I was able to gain focus. I was able to gain focus. Because I knew what I was at that point in time ain't what I was. Because I had dreams of becoming to be something. Successful businessman. Anybody know me, my slogan. Family man / businessman. It's always been it. But I made a way out of nothing. I know a system. I know a system. I built the own system myself. That's why I'm out here right now. Own house, paid for my house. From where I came from, that's why I'm able to try to get back to the youth to let them know. Let these young brothers, let these young sisters know right now is the chance. We ain't waiting for nothing. You need to own yours. I understand going to work for Burger King, McDonald's, and different places like that. It's all good. It's all cool to do those things. It's nothing like working for yourself, owning your own. It can be a headache at times, but your grind will oversee all that. Your hard work and dedication will oversee all that because you'll oversee and you'll overcome what's put right there at your foot to try to make you stumble. See, some can be placed at your foot to make you stumble, but that don't mean you'll fall. See, God said, come to me and I give you balance. He said, come to him. He'll give you balance. He'll give you everything you need. You pray for me for knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I give you everything you need. And that's what I did. God led me. God told me to pay attention to all his signs he's going to give me throughout life. And that's what I try. At least I try to do. He said, don't wait to pray to me. He said, here's an automatic phone. I'm going to tie it on to your ear. You pray to me whenever you want to. This is your lifeline. And I've been praying ever since. And I can say he answered every prayer. But like I said, I'm going to end it. We're gonna get out of it. It's some more story, like I said, like I tell you on any live. I'm willing to talk. I want to be able to bring people onto the channel. I want to be able to take y'all opinions on what y'all feel we could talk about, different things like that, and enrich the growth of the channel. You know, because somewhere, some down, is some young man, some individual somewhere that need to hear me. It's some young man somewhere, it's some young man, some young lady somewhere down, somewhere. Some man, some woman, somewhere need to hear me. If that's you, reach out to me. Youngstan36@gmail.com. Youngstan36@gmail.com. Reach out to me. I'll be gladly ready to share my story and show you the tips on what I feel that I needed for guidance. Everybody's situation not the same, but hey, a game plan is a game plan. Just Family Entertainment, y'all tap in.